Quite a few from the Pakistani have played international cricket, as we see another big hit from Tahir. Dragged it short, Abhishek Sharma, and he was quick to latch onto it. Tahir dispatches it over the boundary. They had the job of steadying this innings, and they've done a good job so far. And the best thing about this partnership is that they have not missed out on capitalizing of loose deliveries. The phone box with me is Farweez Maroof.
Hello, WV. Definitely. I think that's where the Pakistani batters, not only these pair, especially Tayyab Tahir, everybody, whenever the opportunity has been offered, they have taken with both the hands and accepted it. At the moment, they are rebuilding it. There was a mini collapse in the middle, and now it's all about batting out the 50 overs. If Pakistan bats out the 50 overs, 300 is definitely on the cards.
Ayub has played 8 international matches. Harris has played 14. Quite a lot of experience in terms of the List A matches and having played international cricket in the Pakistani A side. On the other hand, the India A side has got young cricketers who are not about 22 years of age. And they've done well here in this tournament. They come into this final unbeaten, and they're hanging in there now, as is a challenging enough final this for the young side. But they need to persevere. It's a matter of another few overs now.
And that's a 17th List A half century for Tayyab Tahir. What a fantastic knock under pressure. He came in when the chips were down, trying to rebuild the innings, and he has played really well. Shot again, over the top, mid-wicket fielder. Oh, Hungarekar. For a moment I thought he's going to hang on to it, but in the end, valiant attempt, just not good enough to hold on to it, or else to save the boundary. 37 gone, 232 for 5.
The current run rate is 6.27 for the Pakistani A side, and this partnership is worth 45, just 50 deliveries. Suddenly, Pakistan have made sure that Indians are not going to have it easy, and this partnership has become a very crucial one for them. They lost their way in between. They lost 3 wickets, scoring only 4 runs, but Mubasir and Tahir are doing a good job of rebuilding the innings here at a brisk pace. And the India A side needs to produce something here quickly.
Tayyab Tahir has been really good. 8 boundaries, and 4 times first ball of the over has been dispatched for a boundary. That means he's putting the bowler under pressure straight away, as well as twice of the last delivery.
Change in bowling. Dodia has come back for his second spell. He's starting his 6th over. Tahir has played a very good knock here. Width on offer, but not capitalizing is Mubasir.
The time innings for the Pakistani middle-order batter, who has been experienced campaigner for a while, and partnership building for the Shaheen with 45 is exactly what the Pakistani need. Just if those singles and not boundary will come, and eventually even a 300 mark in a final is a massive score.
is at the current run rate. They'll get to 311. Will Pakistan A? It's a healthy run rate. This 6.21, and they sustained it. They got off to a good start. Doesn't find the gap on this occasion. We saw the Pakistani A openers indulge in some brutal hitting at the start of the innings.
They caught all of us by surprise the way the two openers started their proceedings. Even I had a chat with the Indian A coach. He did mention that they caught serves, but in the end, that's what good teams does. When the chips are down, you come into the game as underdogs, where the Indians are the favourites. They caught nothing straight away, but there are thoughts for the Indians as well, the way they fought back in the middle overs.
Going for a big hit. He's got hold of that. That's a huge hit. That six brings up the 50 partnership, and it takes Pakistan A to 240 for 5. A fantastic opening partnership of 121 between Farhan and Saim set the tone for the Pakistani A innings. After that, there's been steady contributions from everybody. There was a little bit of a slide, but in the last 3 overs, they got 35 runs. And suddenly, the gears have changed, and this will get the batter a couple of runs. Gradually, the Indian fielders are beginning to look a little bit ragged here.
These two batters have made havoc in this field. Lots of mistakes as well. Luckily, the last delivery, Abhishek Sharma. This was a good shot. Mid-wicket was vacant. Square leg comes round. And misfield through the leg. We just mentioned about the Indian fielders being run ragged. This is another example of it.
Dodia was the fielder. He had to run to his left. He had it covered, and that's what will disappoint him. He got behind the ball but allowed the ball to go through. They've been really good at the Indians in this tournament, but he makes the distance, he covers the distance and then lets it go. And this is the time they got to really focus hard and try and give their best. Save some runs and try and put the pressure on the batters. Tahir is taking charge of this innings here, and he's done a good job of it. He's batting on 62, just 48.
Momentum shift in this game has been quite evident. The first wicket, Pakistan had the momentum. In the middle overs, Indians came back with 5 wickets, and now Pakistan are taking it back to their own side. This is what a final does. This is what the greatest rival does to you. Pressure. This is the success we are talking about. Take a look at this. Extending of the arms. Oh, middle of the bat would have cleared any grounds. Massive.
Bit of turn and bounce for Sindhu. Mubasir is just looking to rotate the strike and allow Tahir to be on strike. That's a good ploy that from him. He was shaping for a big hit. Made a last minute change. End of the over. 247 for 5, Pakistan A. None of the India A players have yet to make their debut for the Indian senior side. They are young cricketers and they are on the way up. They are trying hard to get there sometime in the future. And most of them have been doing really well in the domestic circuit. And some of them have done really well in the IPL as well, which is a fantastic platform for them to rub shoulders with the best and against the best as well.
I'd like to correct myself here. In the previous stint, I said that the senior selection committee led by Ajit Agarkar and his selection committee has selected this batch of players. I'm just corrected by Shashank Kishore on Twitter, saying that this has been picked by the junior cricket committee headed by Tilak Naidu, the chairperson. Just a correction there. That's good to see the youngsters being given a chance. Average age between these players all are between 19 and 22. And they will learn among these experiences.
Once again, a misfield. They look for the second. I'll get it easily. Of course, both Ajit Agarkar and Tilak Naidu would have had a chat about this. And they're in constant communication, both of them.
Right way forward, giving plenty of chances. As you said, these players have performed really well in their domestic Ranji Trophy, Dulip Trophy. And then all of a sudden they get the opportunity.
That's hit away. Oh, the infield. That's a boundary. And that brings up the 250 for the Pakistan A side. They're really turning the heat on here, Pakistan A, and tired especially. In fine nick.
It's a poor delivery by Yuvraj Singh Dodhia. There's no field square through the offside, saving the boundary. And bowls a half volley on the offside. Straight away after that stroke, Deep square leg comes in. And Paka drops back. It's been good batting, and also they're targeting the first 40 overs.
This time on the leg side, he's got hold of it well enough, and that's a big six. He's kept the umpire busy as Tahir, and he is really demoralizing the Indian spinners here with some big hitting.
A calculated risk. He understands only 4 fielders are permitted outside the circle, and this is the last over in the second power play, and maximizing it. And Dodhia is bowling it full right in his arc for a batsman who has settled really well. He's not going to miss out. The first boundary through the offside, second, a massive 6 over mid wicket.
Looking to run it fine, pick up a single, doesn't find any kind of response from his partner. The inside out was really good and it was hit powerfully. And the next one, the 6, was hit even more harder, even more longer.
The wheels are coming off. Dodhia is at the moment just firing it in. Partnership has 73 of 67 deliveries. Brilliant so far by these Pakistani batters.
Up and over. That'll go to a boundary. Now he's toying with the bowlers here. One through the offside in front of the wicket. 1 over long on. And 1 behind square now.
I don't understand this feel by India. Austin bowling to a right-hander. 5 fielders in the offside. And all what Tayyip Tahir has to do is to find the gap and be a bit vijay. And that's exactly what he did. So not all about power shots. It's all about using the guile as well. I just don't understand the captaincy at the moment, having only 4 fielders in the leg side.
He picks up a single, retains the strike. 265 for 5. Pakistani after 40.
Hello boys. Sanjay.
Contributions coming from the top of the order really well for Pakistan A. 2 half centuries at the top. Tahir batting on 80, and it gives you an indication of how dominating Tahir has been. If you cast your mind back to the score at the end of 35 overs, Pakistan A were 205 for 5, and in the last 5 overs they got 65 runs. Correction, 60 runs. This partnership is worth 78 of 69, and then it's moved on to 79 or 70.
Yeah, real sweet back of the bat. No more innovation by Tayyip Tayyip. It's not all about massive sixes and bound. It's all about getting those singles, rotating the strike. And these two players have been brilliant. It's outside edge, a genuine outside edge with a brilliant deal by Manav Sutar. And 2 away runs. At the moment, the problem is for the captain of India, and he cannot be attacking. Ideally, you like to have a slip fielder. And when you're 5 wickets down, the batsman has been so good. Unfortunately, there is no slip field in place and resulting in 2 runs.
Gradually, Pakistan A is looking to take this game away from India A.
Definitely India A will have their work cut out chasing this score. Under lights, under pressure, in a big game, a crunch game. The greatest rivalry, all this pressure. And that man on screen, Yashtul, will play an important role for India A.
Played away fine. That'll run away to the boundary. This is good batting. Mubasir joining the party now.
Perfect example of using the pace which the bowler offers to the batter. Playing it really late, almost off the glove of the wicket-keeper. And the third man fielder was quite squarer. When you're bowling quicker, you need to be finer, but unfortunately for India A, the place placement has been a bit under the par, I say.
He'll pick up another run here, playing over the infield. It's interesting how both the sides somehow have got the number 280 in their heads. The Pakistani captain said 280 he was looking at the toss. And then we heard Kotak say, the coach of the Indian A side, say that beyond anything past 280 will be difficult to chase. And Pakistan A are 273 for 5. And at the end of 41 overs, they're 274 for 5.
Yeah, best partnership going on. This is Tayyip Tayyip, 82 of 57 deliveries. He's been quite powerful. Anything full, he's been not making the back seat, making those cute little strokes as well. Whenever the off spinner has pitched it up, he has taken the aerial route and been quite successful. Brilliant so far. Very interesting stats as well. Best partnership against India in the entire tournament. India is playing the 5th game of this tournament. Has been Simon Farhan, the first wicket in this game, 121. And the second is an ongoing partnership, which is 87 of 75 deliveries. That shows how well Pakistan A on the day have performed under pressure.
Sindhu to start his 9th over. He'll be up against Tahir. Pakistan A have got 9 more overs to bat, and even if they get 30 odd runs, 40 odd runs, they would have set a very good target for India A.
You mentioned about Mohammad Haris at the toss said 280. Very similarly against semi-final against Sri Lanka at Tisara, where I did the toss, he said the same, 280, and they ended up scoring 322. Anything above 300 is a match-winning score, and India has to bat out of their skin to win this championship.
Nudged away on the onside. He'll pick up a single. Mubasir is providing excellent support to Tahir. He's not trying to be a hero here. He's realized he's got to play the supporting role, and he's doing exactly that.
A slight message, probably from the captain, or maybe a written message in the bottle. Never know. Using tactics, new tactics. India needs some luck somehow at the moment.
The only option he's got left is to bring back his medium paces now, because he's tried a lot of spin. In the last few overs, nothing really has happened. They've not made any impression on the batters. So he's got to try and change the tempo of the game.
Spot on. I think he's tempted to be one of the quicks. Bowl those cutters into the pitch, change the pace of the game and get the batsmen to think differently. At the moment, they know it's only going to be spinners.
No.
90 runs partnership of just 79 deliveries, rather 80. It's been a good partnership, obviously. And it's come at a very crucial time, just when Pakistan were almost looking like losing their way. End of the over, 277 for 5.
$277 on the board. This is turning out to be a fantastic batting effort for Pakistan A, and it seems as if for the third time in this tournament they'll be putting 300 plus on the scoreboard. They've done that twice before this. Look at those two partnerships. The opening wicket stand of 121, and then this partnership really tightening the screws here.
They've really got to move on in this partnership, but the game has ebbed and flowed quite a bit. And are there going to be any twists and turns? Wouldn't be surprised. The change of pace that our previous commentators were talking about being affected here, and that's I assume not quite the last throw of the dice, but at least an option that the skipper was forced into.
Yes, he's been forced to get the quicks back. Hangar Gekar, 2 overs, none for 14. Should have had a wicket of Saim Ayub early on, but had him out caught off a no ball. And that no ball turned out to be very expensive, because we saw that opening wicket partnership to go on and put 121 on the board.
The coach was talking about a 275 plus score that's going to put them in trouble. That looks very much gettable now. They're going to cross that.
A health along its way, and that will be 4. He picked his spot there, did Tahir, saw the fine leg up inside the 30-yard circle, knew exactly what he was doing.
He's so very quick into position. Once you're playing the scoop, you've got to be right there. Look at him, just there, quite a big stride away. You can lose your balance. Seem to have his eyes on the ball and get just that perfect bit of bat on it. Just take it away to the boundary. Looking very ominous. 330 plus on the cards here.
It's the current run rate over 6.5 runs per over, and at this rate they get to 333 in a final. It's big runs, especially on a surface like this. Short. Wanted to just wrap that ball over short third. Didn't get the timing right.
It's a typical pace bowler's retort. When you're hit for a boundary, you come back. But I think the batter was expecting that. And it almost played into his hand when he tried to ramp that away. Look at this. He's waiting and he tries to get it away. Not quite getting hold of that. But there was that improvisation on the cards. Got the bottom part of the bat.
Didn't get room. Didn't have enough room to play that kind of shot. Tayyab Tahir. Tahir got 51 of 67 balls in that match against Nepal for Pakistan earlier in this tournament. Looking for a single, they'll get it easily. It's clever batting by Mubasir, who's content on playing second fiddle in this partnership.
Absolutely, very sensible cricket. It just taps the ball away, soft hands, looks up at his partner. Didn't have to say yes, just looked up, the understanding is there. and they crossed over quite comfortably. Shows how pretty they're sitting in the middle with all the hard work done when the wickets were falling and then grinding their way into this game and now taking the ascendancy with some big hits.
Delight amongst smattering of fans of the Pakistani side. When you look at the field setting, there are 4 boundary riders on the leg side. There's no one cutting off a single on the leg side. That's the short ball, so you know he's going to be bowling short.
Spare a thought for the bowlers in this kind of situation. There's hardly anything in the track. The batters are in a marauding mood. You've been hit away for a boundary first up. You need to come back strongly in the over.
And that's the reason why I was saying that with the predominant leg side field on the boundary, Tahir is trying to either play the ramp or play the uppercut, to play the short ball on the offside. This is easy pickings.
Can he afford to do that? It's lucky that it didn't find the gap because it was there for the taking, just drifting down leg. So you're right. The thought process should be about the off stump or outside the line of the off stump. Every time you become too straight and drift, you're in for trouble.
He's into the 90s now. Tayyab Tahir, 91 of just 63 balls. 10 boundaries and 3 sixes with a strike rate of 144. He's playing this ODI like a T20. Cracking innings. And this could turn out to be a match-defining one. They've got one, which means the partnership now worth 99. And that'll end the over as well. 43 gone, 286 for 5. Almost every batter of this Pakistani side got runs against his name, barring those two, Akram and Haris, the captain who fell early. Barring those two, everyone else contributing to the cause. 286 on the board, 121 runs for the opening wicket, and now 99 for the 6th wicket. The 2 highest partnerships that any team has had against the India A side in this edition have come in the final.
And just the right time for it. The partnership has been so impressive. You've got to take into consideration that they started off when the innings was tottering. Cluster of wickets falling. They took their time. We're looking at the big hits, the highlights. But there's been a period of play where they had to really grind it, really play some defensive shots, frustrate the bowlers initially, and then once they got the feel of things going, started going after the bowlers. And how it's produced that how quickly those 99 runs have come has been there for all to see. Excellent work.
Credit to the batting side. You've got to give it to Tayyab Tahir, the way he's played and structured this innings. A lot of times you find fault with the bowling team in terms of what's gone wrong. Hit down the ground, and that's hit a fair distance. The 100 of the partnership comes up. This 6th wicket stand is now worth 105.
Oh, this is mayhem here. Look at the way. Look at the shimmy down the wicket. Gets underneath that one. Full flourish of the bat. Lovely follow through. It's got the elevation. It's got the distance. It's got the maximum.
It's the second 100-run plus partnership that's come against India A, and it's come in the same match in the final. And now he's looking for his 100 here as well. He's got one. Is that off the bat? Run signal, yes, so it's 100 for Tayyip Tahir in the final of this ACC Men's Emerging Teams Asia Cup 2023. A match-defining innings.
Yes, it is. 400s in List A matches, and what a time to get it. And he thanks the Almighty. This has been a tremendous innings. The compilation of the innings so very crucial, as making the point. He came in with his partner at a time of stress, but he's shown a lot of mental resilience in addition to the wonderful skill sets he has. Big striker of the ball, also has deft touches. It's been a delight to watch.
What an innings. 11 boundaries, 4 sixes for Tayyip Tahir. Yes, the delight quite evident on his face. It's a big innings. Lucky there. The edge will get him 4. He was foxed in the flight, but still gets 4, and the 300 comes up for Pakistani.
When it's going your way, the luck, Lady Luck upstairs looks down on you. Could have gone on to any part, to any of the fielders. You had to reach for it. And despite that, getting enough bat, the upper part, not in control, but 4 runs nevertheless. 4 streaky runs, but it'll keep on piling the pressure.
Inside out. What a shot this. He's not got 4 for it, but Ryan Parag was there. But what a clinically executed shot.
One of the most difficult shots to play. And he was well inside. Look at the amount of space he makes for himself. Plays it inside out. The perfect shot, but doesn't result in the boundary. You get a boundary of a streaky shot. They were the vagaries of cricket.
Well, Mubasir says, I'm not one to be outdone. 4 to end the over. 44 gone, 305 for 5.
Yes.
118, that's what this partnership is worth. They were 200 in the 34th over, and they've got to 300 in the 44th. Just taken 63 deliveries for those 100 runs. And look at this highest partnerships versus India in this series. 2 of them, both 100 plus in this match. Farhan and Ayub putting on 121, and that now is in danger because Tahir and Mubasir have put on 118 for this 6th wicket stand.
What a time to just stitch together those partnerships. The final of the ACC Men's Emerging Asia Cup here at the Pramadasa. Sun beating down, entertainment in the middle from the batter's perspective. Pressure for the bowlers. How do they come back?
Looks for the Yorker. Well fielded. That's very good fielding by the captain Yash Dole.